The defense team in the murder case of 15-year-old Matlhomola Moshoeu will continue to cross-examine the main witness, Bonakele Pakisi, in the Northwest High Court in Mahikeng today.
The accused, Pieter, Doorewaard and Phillip Schutte, say they caught the teenager stealing sunflowers and that he jumped to his death while they were on their way to the police station with him. Nicolene Smal-man reports.
Bonakele Pakisi was walking towards Scotland informal settlement when he saw Matlhomola being thrown from the bakkie and then being put back on. Realizing Pakisi had witnessed the scene, they threatened him with a firearm, then forced him onto the back of the vehicle. He was ordered to drink alcohol to the point of vomiting and ordered to eat it. All of this while a badly injured Matlhomola lay dying. Driven to several locations in and out of town, Pakisi claims he was forced to drink copious amounts of alcohol while being assaulted and shot at. They later dropped him and left with Matlhomola. Pakisi claims when he went to report the incident, he was deemed drunk and turned away. The defense cross-examined Pakisi, disputing that he was able to see Schutte throwing Matlhomola off the bakkie, arguing that the sunflowers would have blocked his view. Nicolene Smal-man, SABC News, Mahikeng.
Let's stay with that story now, and SABC's Nicolene is on standby to give us the latest. Nicolene, another emotive case you're covering. What can we expect from the Northwest High Court in Mahikeng today?
Good morning, Blaine, and welcome to Court A at the Northwest High Court right here in Mahikeng, where we will see Bonakele Pakisi, the state's key witness, who is the only apparent eyewitness to the incident of Matlhomola's murder, take to the stand again, where cross-examination by the defense will continue. It started yesterday. The court, took the whole day, really, with Pakisi giving his evidence in chief. So we will see the cross-examination continue once again today. We have seen the defense is already here preparing for the case today. The media has already started to arrive. It's a case that has sparked a lot of interest, seeing as how it is also divided the communities around it along racial tones. So it's expected to be quite a jam-packed day, just the same as yesterday, because we understand that Pakisi is more likely to be on the stand until the end of tomorrow. Lane?
Yeah. Speaking about yesterday, Nicolene, briefly recap for us what transpired during the court proceedings.
It was quite an emotional day yesterday in court, where Bonakele Pakisi gave his testimony. He was relating the scenes that he says he saw happen. He said that he saw the two accused men, Pieter, Doorewaard and Phillip Schutte, assault Matlhomola, throw him off a bakkie. And he says that he also heard a gunshot at the scene where Matlhomola was thrown off the bakkie. He says Matlhomola was then put back onto the bakkie, bleeding through his nose, his eyes and his ears. And by virtue of him witnessing that, he says that he was then also instructed by the two accused to get onto the bakkie, and he was kept on being probed as to what he had seen, and he remained tried to hide that he hadn't seen anything. He says he was also assaulted. He was forced to drink a lot of alcohol and assaulted in the process. He was then forced to eat his own vomit after that. He was also shot at, although the bullets did not reach his body, but he was shot at. He was threatened once again by the two accused men, claiming that, wanting to know whether he has reported any of this, what he saw, to the police. He also stated how devastating it was for him when he went to report the case to the police, where how they turned him away, stating that he was drunk on the first day, and how they turned him away in the following day, stating that he was crazy. That also aligns with the fact that one of the police specialists that took the stand on the trial in March, saying that this case has been poorly investigated and that there were so many flaws in how the police that were handling the case handled the matter. So the court had even to adjourn Blaine because Pakisi was so emotional. He couldn't testify. He couldn't continue with his testimony. The court had to adjourn for like 15, 20 minutes for him to recoup and take the stand again. So it was quite shocking revelations that he made. We're expecting to now see today the defense try to poke loopholes into his statement, try to, destabilize him here and there, as we saw yesterday. But he is very firm, he is steadfast, and he's not changing his word. So it will also be interesting to see how it will develop throughout today.
I guess, Olebo, the emotions inside court really talks to the sentiment that's being displayed outside, isn't it? This case, the circumstances around this case has really raised the emotions outside the people of Mahikeng. Tell us, what's the current sentiment on the ground?
Well, you understand, Blaine, that these people actually come from Colini, which is quite a distance from Mahikeng, more than 60 kilometers, about 70 towards 80 kilometers. So a lot of people from Colini have not shown really their presence here. But you also understand that many of the people where Matlhomola Moshoeu come from Scotland, an informal settlement that is marred by poverty. So it is worth considering that they may not have had transport. They may not have had transport fares to come all the way to Mahikeng to support this case. So it has been very quiet outside court. There hasn't really been a high presence of the community in Colini. But we know that this case has sparked quite a lot of anger between both the black and the white communities of Colini. As you know, that it is a farming community, and many of the black people there work on the farms in Colini. And they've stated over and over again how they are afraid for their lives on those farms. And the white people have stated how they've had enough of the theft on the farm. But when you measure it along the poverty lines, it kind of is expected that the poor community will go into the farms to work, and while they help themselves to some sunflower, as in the case of Matlhomola Moshoeu. What is interesting, Blaine, in this case is that the case of Bonakele Pakisi, the key witness that we're talking about, has not been reported. So he is testifying on this case yet, but he also says he endured a lot of trauma, a lot of assault, a lot of indecent tragedies at the hands of Phillip Schutte and Pieter Doorewaard. So we are yet to see whether that will be revisited and whether it will be his case now investigated. So those incidents that arose in court yesterday really sparked a lot of shock and a lot of anger as to how come this witness justice has not been served for him. So now people are not only wanting justice for Matlhomola, but for Bonakele Pakisi as well, Blaine.
Well, it's going to be a busy day at court. I guess most of our top stories today that we're covering are in the courts. Nicolene Smal-man live from Mahikeng in Northwest. Thank you very much indeed for your reporting.